Good morning. So see in this week's parasha that when Yaakov says, and Rashi explains, Ad asher adoni avi adoni seira, when will I come to you? Rashi says, when ba'olu mashim bahar tzion lishbait es har eisav. This pasuk is the last pasuk of the Haftarah. He quotes the Haftarah. And if you look in the Haftarah, he ends off, V'haisa la'Hashem hamlucha, that the whole world will be to God. That means the most revealed sense. Everyone will serve God. So we see over here, there's two things. That v'olu meshim ha'artzion lishbeit es har eisav, and then v'haisa la'Hashem hamlucha, which in the parasha does not have it. And that's why, if you look into the parasha, it says, just v'olu mashim ba'artzion l'shpeit es har eisav, to judge har eisav. So we see there's two things over here, and Rashi does not even allude to it. Rashi explains, the Rashbi says, and Rashi's Pashut Pshat is that Loi nashkai b'chol libay, he did not kiss him to the fullest extent with his whole heart. The Rashbi says, Rashi brings down the Rashbi, that it's halacha yedua, it's a known halacha, that Eisav hates Yaakov. Not from his own will, not anyone telling him to, it's not even his feelings, it's a halacha, it's a law, that Eisav hates Yaakov. So therefore, but at that point, he was appeased by Yaakov's big present over here, and his big entourage, that he did kiss him with all his heart at that time. So what are we looking over here is as follows. There are two levels. One is to judge. Now, a judgment, when a judge gives the law, the psak din, the end verdict, until it comes into ma'aseh b'poel. And in general, the way it says in the Pirkei Avos, that when the people are in court in front of you, they should look like Rishayim, bad people. Because the actual fact that you cannot be friends without going to court is a big problem. We don't need always fighting. And therefore you come to court. So when they're in front of you, you have to look at them as if Rishayim. But when they leave, you have to look at them like tzaddikim. Zakoyin. Why? Because the parshas, they'll do what the judge tells them to do. That is basically Eisav saying, Eisav's kiss was loy nashkei b'chol libay. He agrees to the court case. He agrees to everything. But loy nashkei b'chol libay. He did not kiss him with his whole heart. And then v'hoysal Hashem amlucha is that it is hapcha. That he's totally transformed and everyone serves God. So what does that have to do with us? We have an eisav in the Torah. He's coming with 400 men. And the talk between Yaakov and Eisav. And did he kiss him with his whole heart? Or he didn't? What does that have to do with us? Each and every Yid has an obligation to go to Eisav and to talk to him and to bring him closer to Judaism, bring him closer to God. That's the whole purpose that the Rebbe instituted the Shem Mitzvah Noach. Teach him the 7 laws that are for all mankind. And then, slowly by slowly, you'll come on to change him over completely. Which that is what Yaakov wanted to do. A person can say, wait a second. The eisav in Torah is a good Yid. Yaakov in Torah for sure is a good Yid. Lavan is a good Yid also. In the Torah. So I'll deal with eisav in the Torah. Or I'll learn Gemara and all the minhus and stiras and kashas and everything else in Gemara are called eisav also. I'll deal with that. Why do I have to go out and bring people closer to God? I'll learn it the way it is in the Torah. That means when you learn Torah, it can have an effect on the world too. But we see Yaakov was a lamdin too. He could have learned Torah and transformed Eisav also through Torah. But Vayishach Yaakov malachim lefanav al Eisav artza seir. That Yaakov did send malachim to Eisav. And he went out to Eisav afterwards too. He himself. To teach us. Our avodah is not to just sit and deal with our problems. Our avodah is not just to sit where we are and not go out in the world and help out the world. The world needs to know that there's a God in the world. Without any intermediates. There's only one God in the world. And the 7 laws that God commanded to the whole world. And we have to go out into the world. We can't stay where we are. Or someone can wait a second. When you learn the Teiras Oila, when you learn the halachas of Carbon Oila, it's as if you brought a Carbon Oila. So all these tidings are good, but not when you have to go out into the world and help out a non-Jew. Bring them closer to godliness. And that's how we make a dwelling place for God and bring Mashiach. It doesn't say anywhere in the Torah you have to negate Goyim. You have to bring them closer to God. Give them a purpose. And that's what the Rebbe instituted also, a moment of silence in the public schools. And everything else. So by doing what we have to do, that not only it'll be lishbeit this had eisav, that he agrees, but le'nashke b'chol libay, but a mamish comes to that you are nashke b'chol libay, that the eisav will come and hug you b'chol libay, and will be v'haisel Hashem hamlucha. And as we know by the Rashbi, he did not have any churban in his life. The churban did not take up anything in his life. So therefore he said, at that time, Noshkei b'chol libay, there was an ishapcha, because by him there was no churban b'chlal. So he was living at a much higher level. So the Eibusher should help that we go out, bring godliness to the world, bring Mashiach to the world, and make the world a true dwelling place for God. That all 70 nations will come towards Mashiach, like it says, all the goyim will come also, that God will be king for all. Long live our master, teacher, and Rebbe, King Mashiach forever and ever. Long live our master, teacher, and Rebbe, King Mashiach forever and ever. Long live our master, teacher, and Rebbe, King Mashiach forever and ever.